Hi guys, welcome back to Coding World. Today in this video, we are going to see string Java interview questions and coding problems. So in that, we are going to check what are the mostly asked interview questions on the string, and along with that, we are checking coding problems on the string. So let's get started. So first question is for the fresher, like what is the string in Java? Is a string data type? So this is a questions like you have to tell first that it is not a primitive data type like int, long and double. It is a class which is defined by the Java like the user defined class, and it is present in java.lang package. So this can be asked to any person like a fresher and experienced where string class resides. So it resides under the java.lang package, and wrappers its content into character array. So inside there will be a class, public class, and in that class there will be character array, and character array will be holding your string, which is like sometimes we convert our string into character, so that like inside string class also we are holding that value into character array. So it contains multiple methods, so like you can elaborate that answer to a next level by telling the what are the methods are present into string. So there are multiple methods along with objects method. So there are two uppercase, replace, string and split. So we will see a small examples of these four methods which will frequently ask and is used in your Java coding, string Java coding problem. So this is a string methods. In that I have a string like I have coded that already, so that this video will not elaborate as long. So that video will be a short and you will get the full understanding. So it is a string str coding world, and we are going to do the uppercase, like all the character from the coding world will be at uppercase. You can use lowercase also. Then second method is our replace method. So in that, what we are going to replace, we can replace character, we can replace whole word, and phrases also we can replace. So we are going to replace world with a word one. Third method is like substring. So from the string we have to take some portion. So that case you can use a substring. Like here what I am telling, I am taking after 5 letter I want to start my cursor or start my things. So from G to world it will print all those values. And third is like split. If you want to split your string into multiple part with some regular expression, then we can use a split. Like suppose you have to given in your example or in your interview, they can ask you like one string will be given, and from that string you have to find how many words are there. So you will do that with a split. You will split that string into array, and you can check the size of array. So for that purpose we use the split. Let's run this program and check. Okay, let me check console. So first it is going to print in uppercase, it is going to replace the word with word, and third one is like you are taking the words from the fifth position, and this is a character array which we got after splitting. String array we are getting after split. Okay, so next move to the next interrogation. Okay, so this is a most important question in a this is most important question on a string. So what is a string pool in Java? So you have to tell, like this is a tough question asked in an interview question. String pool is a special storage area in a Java heap, mostly located in a pre-gen space to store the letters like ABC. Like So suppose this is our heap area, okay, heap memory, and this heap memory we will be allocating a separate param junction, param generation space, Persian, okay, we can call Persian space. In that Persian space there will be a string pool, okay. So first of all you can tell it is a special storage area, it is a special storage area in heap which resides in a paramjan space area, okay. So what is the next, like now you have told what, then you have to tell where it used, okay, where it used. It is used to store the string literals. JVM, like whenever you create a string, you can create a string in a two way, okay. One will be literal and one will be object. S1 is equal to ABC. So this is a way for the creating string using literal. Then we have a second way, which is a string S2 is equal to new string, and in that string we pass a ABC, okay. This is another way to create a string. So this is a literal way, this is a new string way. Now whenever we create a string using literal, that string will be stored into the heap area. That string will be stored into the heap area. So if string is literal already present in pool, then same object is written instead of creating the whole new object. So third, like you have told where, then third position why. So it is used because reusability, because when someone created ABC, we will store that into the string pool. When another person will create an ABC string using literal, we will check that is it present into string pool. If it is present, we will return a reference to already present object instead of creating a new object or new literal. String pool check only perform when you create a string as a literal. If you create a string using a new operator will be created even if string with the same content is available in the pool, okay. So I want to tell you, like this is our heap memory, okay. Let's go into detail. So in heap memory we will have a param gen, okay, param generation, and in that param generation we have a string pool, okay. So whenever we create S1 is equal to ABC, string S1 is equal to ABC, it will check that is this value present in a string pool. If no, it will store the ABC, okay. When S2 is created again with the ABC, that time let's consider ABC stored. That time our JVM will check is ABC present in the string pool. If it is present, instead of creating a new ABC, we will be pointing that object to the already presented literal ABC, okay. Now when third time we are going to create a string which is AB, that time your JVM will check that if AB is present in the string pool. If it is not, we will add the AB, okay, into the string pool. Now this is one way to create a string. Second is like when S4 you are creating using a string object, that time this object will be present into the ABC, let's say ABCD, okay. It will put into the heap, and internally same copy will be created and put into the your string pool, okay, which is ABCD. Now whenever next string will created like a ABC, ABCD, that time instead of creating ABCD in a string pool, already ABCD will be presented and that will be pointed to the already presented ABCD. So this is a in detail view of the string pool, and that's why we use a string pool. One is reusability, Second is like you can, okay. So let's move to the next question. Next question is why string is immutable. So once you tell that what is string pool, what is string pool, your next question will be why string is immutable, okay, or final. So first you have to tell that string is using a string pool, okay. String is using string pool. That means like once you create object, that will not be modified by another object. So imagine string pool specific facility, because it has a string pool, that's why it should be a final, because string ABC will be created wherever in your application with the literal that will be pointed to only one object which is present in the string pool. So somewhere again OABC is present, it will be updated. Suppose if they don't have the string pool and they are allowing to modify this string with some other thread, then if ABCD third will be, if if third thread modify that ABC to ABCD, then the same location will be impacted and with the other will be also getting this that result. So they will be not having a original object. So that string is a final and immutable, because we are maintaining only one object of same string in the string pool, okay. So this is like a, this is the example, like if A is pointing to a test and B is pointing to test and someone is changed test to test1, then all others data will be corrupt. Second thing is the security, okay. This is the most important thing, like has string has been widely used as a parameter for many class like opening network connection, when you can pass host name, port number, and you can pass database URL. So in your application YML or somewhere you mention all those details: host name, user pass name, username, password, and the port and database URL. Suppose someone has changed that using the file using in your application, then you will be able to fail the application, because the connection has been modified. You can breach the security also, someone can modify that URL and access to the other your database also. So that's why once we make a string as a immutable, so no one will able to modify that string to the new string, so your connection will be secured, okay. Because of immutable, you don't need to worry about the that kind of thread, okay. So this is the second reason why string is immutable. Third reason is like thread safety. Suppose thread 1 is accessing a ABC literal and thread 2 is accessing ABC literal. So whenever thread 2 makes modification into ABC, it will create a separate object, like if that it thread added D into ABC, so it will become a ABCD. So it will print the, it will point to the ABC, okay, ABCD. So it will create a separate literal object and the reference will be pointed to that object. So instead of modifying already presented, so that's why it is a thread safety, because we are not allowing to modify the literal once you create it. So that's why it is a thread safety. Caching, okay. Caching means like it is caching the its hash code, because you know that once you created a string, no one is going to modify that, so that you have guaranteed that once I created the hash code for this, it will be not changed, okay. So you can cache that, and that's why it is used in our key value or hashing functionality, like a hash map or hash table or concurrent hash map, because which makes it is very fast as hash map key to be used in hash map, because it is a cached. Second is class loading. So in class loading, if you see that string have been mutable, request load to writer could have been changed to the disk erasing writer. Okay, in short, security and string pool being the primary reason for the string immutability. Security and string pool is the primary reason for making a string immutable. I believe there could be a more very convincing reason as well. Please post those in our comment box. Okay. Okay. So next question is like, why char array is better than string for storing password? Okay. So you know that like string is immutable. Okay, so if you store password as a plain text, it will be available in memory until garbage collection clear it. So you have a like a first reason is a security reason. Okay, in your heap, in your string memory, if you stored your password as a text, and it will be not modified by another unless and until that will collected by garbage collection. Okay, so it will be present in a memory or it will be present in a string pool for a long time. Okay, and suppose someone take the memory dump or thread dump, in that case he will able to see that value into their dump, because we can store in a plain text. When we use a toString or on a string object, it will show the plain text. Okay, so you will able to see the stored password in your application. So this is a risky. Second thing is like, we have to follow the recommendation given by the Java, because in Java we have a get password method of the JS password field which returns character array, and deprecated get text method which returns password in clear text. Like get text was returning password in a clear text, but now they have bring one more method which is a get password, and in that they are returning character array. So we have to like it's good to follow advice from the Java team adhering to the standard rather than going against it. Okay, so that is the one reason we have to refer a Java's document also. In that document also we have stored password into the character array. Third thing is like a toString. If you print like suppose you have a string s is equal to test. Okay, if you print s into system.out.println, in that it will print a test as it is. So it is like very risky because all those will be printed on the console. But if you take a character array, okay, and try to, if you get character and try to print, it will not print the plain text or it will not print the character. It will print the location, hash location where that exactly placed. So it is a very secure way, like you will not able to see the values on the consoles. Okay. So let's move to the next interview question, which is how do you compare toString in a Java? Okay, like there are four methods we use for the comparing this string into Java. One is a equals, one is a equal ignore case, and compare to ignore case. So in equals we are checking the content. Okay, content of the values. Like suppose majorly we let's take the example, string s1 is equal to test. Okay, string s3 equal to test. Okay, sorry, take s2. Okay, string s3 equal to new string test. Okay, now if you are comparing s1 equal to s2 using double equal to, that means you are checking the location, you are checking to the reference. If those two are pointing to the same reference, then it will be returned to. In our case, it will be returned to. Now when you are comparing s2 equal to s3, Here we are again checking the reference, but in that case we stored S1 in a string pool and S3 in a heap. So that's why it will return a false. So, but you know that like both the strings are equal. So to avoid that problem, you are comparing the content using equals. Okay. So it will return a true because we are checking the content of the string. Third is like ignore equals ignore case. Ignore case will be returned like a okay. So S1 okay. So ignore case means like you have to same character irrespective of the case, like if it is uppercase or lowercase, like if test and tst character are the same but their case is different. So that's why we are using the equals ignore case when we are comparing two string. Okay, equals ignore case. Compare method is used to check that, like it is used in a sorting purpose, so that I will explain in next slide. Compare to ignore case, like ignore case you are same like ignore case, but instead of returning true false it will return a 1 or 0. Integer will be written by this. Okay, so let's move to the, this is for like there are many ways to compare, but these are the most used ways to compare string. Okay, so let's move to the next question. So what does the inter method do in the Java? Yeah, so we have seen that like we are having a heap memory and we have having a string pool. Okay, so string pool, but instead of creating a new object in a heap, if we want to point our object to the string pool value, then in that case we use a inter method. Okay, as discussed in the previous previous string inter question, the string object created by the new operator by default not added into string as opposed to the string literal. The inter method allows putting a string object into the pool. Okay, so suppose s1 equal to new string, and in that we are passing a test. Okay, then s2 is equal to s1 dot inter. Okay, okay, so in that case what will happen, it will put this object into the test, that means heap, in a heap area, and in turn will create a same copy and will put into the string pool. Okay, so this is like it is a saving memory because we are not storing the same object into again into heap. Instead of that we are putting that object into string pool. Okay, yeah, so let's move to the next integration. So this is this was the theoretical questions. Now we are moving to the coding problem. Okay, so let's move to the first coding problem, which is a reverse string in a Java without using any API. Let's test that. Like let's check a ABCD. Okay, ABCD is a one string which you have to reverse and you have to show that as a DCBA. Okay, this depends on a two way. Like if you are giving as a fresher, you can go with a string buffer or string builder. Then second way is like you can create a recursive. Okay, if you are giving a, you are senior and you are asked this question into a lead position or somewhere, in that case instead of doing that using a string builder, you go and print that using a recursive call. Okay, so I will show that I have coded that. I want to show you that in editor. Okay, so reverse string. Now in this reverse string, with a we are doing that using string builder. Okay, in string builder we are creating a string builder, then we are using a for loop. In that for loop we are putting our pointer at the end, and from end we are taking character up to 0th location. So I is equal to length minus 1, and I should be greater than equal to 0, and doing we are decreasing the count. Okay, then we are appending to the string builder, and in the end we are printing the builder to string. Now second, this is the first method. Okay, second method is using recursive. So what we are doing, like if recursive, we are checking the first, we are taking the last character, and then we are calling same method for the remaining string, which will be 0 comma less than last element. Okay, so and we are using a basic condition, like if string is a null, or if string length is equal to null. In that case we are returning empty. So let's run this application and check the is it reversing the object or not. Yes. So in two ways we are reversing the string. Okay, so I will put this project into my Git repository, and will give link into the description. Okay, so next, check the next interview question, which is write a program to check if the string is palindrome or not. Okay, so you have to tell that, like, which string is a palindrome and which is not. A, B, C, C, B, A. Okay, is this a palindrome string? Yes, because if you cut that string into from the middle, then all the elements, like from this to this, like from that location, and left and right should be of the same value. A, B, C, C will be first, B will be at second, and will be third. So you have to check using a for loop. One pointer we will put at the start, and one pointer will be put at the end, and one will be at the start. We will compare string character one by one. We will compare first and last, then second and second last, third and third last. Okay, if it is continue till the your first pointer equal to last pointer, then that string is a palindrome, or else that string is not palindrome. I will show the program for this. Okay, so we have A, B, C, C, B, A. This is a palindrome string. This is also again a palindrome string, but this is not palindrome string. So I have written the method. In that method I am checking if it is null, I am returning false. Then I am setting up left to the 0 and right to the string minus length, string length minus 1. And unless and until it is less than, left is less than equal to right, we are comparing string one by one. We are moving left by one position, right by minus position. If it is not happen, then in that case we are breaking from the loop and coming out. And if left is less than right, that means somewhere we are not reaching at the middle, and that means you are not a palindrome string, and we are returning the false, and in other case we are returning the true. So this is a simple palindrome program. Let's print the result. Okay, so first is true, second is again true, third is a false. Okay, let's move to the next coding problem. Write a Java program to check if two strings are anagram or not. Okay, so you have to check that what is mean by anagram. Okay, so A, B, C, D, B, C, D, A. So these two strings are anagram. Okay, why? Because these two strings contain same character and count also. Like if A is coming as a 2 times, that means it is not an anagram. So there should be a same character irrespective of the case, like if it is uppercase or lowercase, uppercase or lowercase, then again that we can consider as an anagram. Of if those two strings doesn't contain a same character with the same count, then that is not anagram. Okay, let's move to the program. So I have three string, like these first two string are anagram because those contain same character. Third string is like it is having extra, so third string is not anagram with remaining two, string 1 and string 2. So I have written a program. We have solved this problem using a two way. One is a character array and one is character array but 256 character array. Okay, so let's check the first method. In this first method, what we are doing, we are converting that string into the character array, and again that string we are sorting and comparing each string, like when it will sort, all the character will be in ascending or descending order, whatever sort you have done. So we are checking first element from the first array with the first element with second array. If those are equals, that means we are fine, but if those doesn't equal, then we are returning the true, and those strings are not anagram. This is the first way. Second way, like we are using a array of 56, like we are considering all the characters, like including uppercase, lowercase, using question mark and other symbol also, so that comes under 56 number. So what we are doing, like we are checking if those two don't have the same length, then those are not anagram. Then what we are doing, like we are putting character, and when we are doing like this will be considered the location of the a, like if a is given, then a is location, small a is location 60 around and the capital is 97 around, that will be at that location we will be default, there will be zeros. Okay, whatever zero is there, we will whatever value is there, we will increment the count. And for the same location, if the for the same location in a string 2 that same character belongs, then whatever we have increased, that will be decreased. If we increase by 1, then here it will be decreased by the 1, so that means you will be having a 0. So in the last, all the values you have put, and then we will check the 56 characters location, character array location. If any location contains greater than 0, that means you have one character extra in some string. Okay, then in that case it will be returning the false. One condition we can apply, that not equal to 0, because sometimes that value is present in one string but that will not present in second, that in that case it will be minus the value. So let's run this and test. Okay, first two is returning the, like it is returning true values because two strings are anagram. For the third, it will returning the false. Okay, this is it guy for the our anagram problem. So let's move to the next coding problem. So this is a write a method in a Java to remove any character from the string. So you have to like find the location first, like suppose you have given a coding world. In that, if you want to remove w from this, then in that case you have to find the location of the w in a string, and then you have to do the addition of the two substring first, like before that index, and substring after that index. Okay, so I have written the program for this. Let's go and check. Okay, so I have string coding world. From that I want to remove the character w. So I have checked. First of all, I have checked the index of that character. Then from 0th location to that character and 1 plus that character location to the last. Okay, we are returning the values. So let's run this and check the output. So if you see, we have removed the w character from the coding word. So let's next move to the next. Okay, Java program to print all permutation of the string. This question is asked in all, like uh, this question is asked in all the MNC where we will be getting a higher packages. Okay, so this is a little complex questions, so that you have to understand what is the reason behind. Okay, so ABC is the our string. So for that we have to do the permutation. So we will be dividing this string into the A comma BC. Then we will compare A B comma AC, and then we will divide that into the C comma BA, okay, or AB, okay. So like that you have to switch first element with the remaining, then you have to move the second replace with the remaining, and then move to the third, and third replace with the remaining. Swap, I mean replace means swap. Okay, so like that you have to do the till end, like suppose then A will be replaced, A will be put into the B, and remaining will be C. Okay, again from this we can create A can be put in with the C, and B will be remaining. Like that B will be put with the A, C will be separate. Again I will write down below. B will be with the C and A will be remaining. Then here for the C will be with A, B will be remaining, and C will be with B and A will be remaining. So these are the all permutations of the string. Like how you will how you will calculate the permutation? Length of string into permutation, its permutation. Okay, in ABC we have length 3. 3's permutation is equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3, means 6. So we will be having a 6 different strings of ABC. One is like this. So total we have 6 count. So let's move to the program and write the program in the recursive way. Okay. Okay. So I have written this in a recursive way. Like check the where is permutation of all string. Okay. So let's start ABC. Okay, ABC is like we are going to print all the permutation of ABC. So we are calling find permutation. In that permutation, if string is equal to null, or if its length is equal to 0, we are going to return. For else, what we are going to do, we are converting that into the array as I show in the image, and for the first location we are going to swap. Okay, then we call the permutation. In permutation we are having array and the current location. If current location is at the last location, then we are going to print character array. Okay, character array means like we are converting that character into string and we are printing that string. Else we are checking that we are swapping current index with same index, like current index with a next value. We are going to increase the I. First we will replace A with A, then A with B, then A with C. So for that purpose we are using the swap method. So current index we are replacing with the ith. I will be going to increase. Okay. Then what we are going to do, we are moving that location to the B. Okay, and now we are calling the permutation for the bth location, and then in the end what we are going to do, we are using the current location will be at the end. Okay, that we are replacing with the I. So like that, if we do this for loop, okay, by debug method, you will able to see that we are able to print the all permutation of the string. So let's run this and check. Okay, we have printed the sixth value of the string, that means all permutation of the string. Okay guys, I will putting this all videos, I will put this all programs in my GitHub repository. From that you can take the reference. Okay, so this was the it for the all the strings theory. Okay guys, this was it. This is it. Okay guys, this is it for the all string theoretical questions and practical question or coding question asked in Java interview for the pressure and the experience. If you like this video, if you like this content, please share with your friends, or if you have any doubt, please ask in comment box. Okay, thank you.